Hi everyone, I'm Brandi, and today we get to learn how to make a set of 12 adorable cards that are centered around our Carried Away Designer Series paper. That's one of our current favorites and one of the items that you can choose for free with Sale-A-Bration. This set of 12 cards has an adorable tin to match that you can keep your cards in, and it's such a fun project. This is a great one to get together with friends or gather with your demonstrator to put them together. Let's start by checking out the supplies you're going to need to do this project. Everything starts with the Carried Away Designer Series paper. You'll get to use every single design. In fact, each card will feature a different paper. One package of paper will be enough to make 6 sets of these cards. So you could split your set of paper with 5 friends, and everyone would have enough to be able to make the cards. Every person will need 12 pieces that are the size to cover a card front. You'll want to have a little edge showing around the edge. See how I can see my cardstock there? So I have cut my pieces at 4 by 5 1/4. Now when you do that cutting, you'll have enough paper left over that you can also provide everyone with 12 little strips. And these I cut at 3/4 by 4, but any little strip will do on your card fronts. You'll also want 4 colors of our standard cardstock. You'll use Peekaboo Peach, Smoky Slate, Mint Macaron, and Watermelon Wonder. I have cut half of these the long and skinny way. I always call this hot dog style. And then the other half are hamburger style. But all of them, when you fold them in half, will become just these standard card sizes. And you'll notice I've got 3 of each color there for a total of 12 cards. You're going to need some Whisper White cardstock as well. You'll need 12 pieces that are 3 by 3 1/2 or about 7 1/2 by 9 centimeters. Those are the ones that will get the hot air balloons stamped on them. And then again, some smaller strips, and this is where you'll stamp the greetings for the card. 12 of those, and I cut mine at 3 3/4 by 1 or 9 1/2 by 2 1/2 centimeters. You're also going to use some baker's twine for this project, both the white and the navy colors. I love using baker's twine in projects because it is so cost efficient. There's a lot in a package. It's also really easy to work with, and it's nice and flat, so it doesn't make your cards bulky when they go through the mail. For this project, you'll need 12 pieces. They're 34 inches each, or 86 centimeters, and I did 6 in the navy and 6 in the white. Of course, you'll use 12 of our Whisper White envelopes, and then each person who's making a set of cards will use up about 1 sheet of dimensionals, so you'll want to plan on that, and you'll want some fast fuse or snail as well. So that's all the stuff that we'll be using up while we're making these cards. Let's check out the supplies that you're going to want to have on hand too. I've got the Lift Me Up stamp set, 4 of our classic ink pads, Mint Macaron, Night of Navy, Peekaboo Peach, and Watermelon Wonder. Plus you'll use the Banner Triple Punch, and then you'll want to have your bone folder and scissors as well. Okay, we've got all of our supplies gathered and all of the paper cut. Let's get started assembling these cute cards. I did all of the stamping first. So grab your white pieces. You've got the stack of 12, and just split your stack in half. You're going to have 6 of them go the long way, and 6 of them will go the short way. And I would suggest just stamping them systematically. Grab the peach balloon and stamp that on every single one of them. And now we'll go to the larger one. That one's done in watermelon on all the cards. And then you're going to add 3 little clouds on every single one of these, and you can just let them kind of hang off the edge. And get all of your balloons stamped. Of course, I just did 2, but you would stamp all 12 of yours at this step. And then stamp all of your greetings too. You've got your long skinny strips, and there are 6 awesome greetings to choose from. I'll just do a couple of these with the happy birthday. Position it right about in the middle. And again, you would stamp all 12 of yours while you're doing them. And then while we've got our stamps and ink out, let's go ahead and do our envelope too. Just a little something cute for the front there. And then one little balloon back here too. You can do those however you want, but get all 12 of them stamped up. The next thing I did was take all of my card fronts and fold them in half using the bone folder. Just use that folder to get a really nice crease at the top or the edge of each card. I've already done that part, and then I've laid out all 12 of my cards because now comes the fun part. Grab your DSP pieces and you're just going to start matching these up however you think that they would look cute. So I'm going to put this cute little pattern on a mint card. Let's do this hot air balloon one on a smoky slate. Fun, these are looking so cute already. I love how no two are alike. The next thing you'll want to do is grab your little hot air balloon pieces that you've stamped. Remember how some of them go the long way and some of them go the short way. You're just going to match them up the same way for how the cards are folded. My peach cards and my gray cards are all folded the long way, so they get the longer images. And then the mint ones and the watermelon get these that are cut the short direction. Okay, now go to your little DSP strips and start laying those out. Just see what you think would look cute laid out on each card. Okay, and next you can just match up your greetings with the cards. I just did whichever ones, but if you want to match up a birthday looking one, you can. And then of course the twine as well. Again, you have the option of blue or white, so on each card you can lay down which color you think would look good. I'll put a blue one with this. Okay, so my piles are all sorted now, and literally each one of these little stacks is going to become a card of its own. So I'll just sort those into little piles and keep them together, and we'll look at how to assemble one. For the assembly part, you're going to be using your punch and then your little adhesives and scissors. On each card, you'll do the exact same steps. Start with adhering the designer paper to the front of the card. And the next thing to go on will be the balloon piece, and this one goes on with dimensionals. I just put one in each corner. Center that up top. I'm going to leave a little space showing up above the balloon. Up here, a little more than there is on the sides. The next thing will be to add the twine. I like to take the long piece of twine, measure about a hand's width, and hold onto it right there, and then hold it where you want the bow to be. This is going to wrap around twice. Stop when you get back to the spot you were holding. And right here I like to tie it twice. Give it a double knot so that it won't go anywhere on you while you're making your bow. That's spread out cute the way you want it. Okay, and for your bow, just find the edge that is going downward. That's the one you'll make the loop out of. Wrap behind, not in front. And then pull that. If you want to do any adjusting, like making it smaller or more even, do that before you pull it all the way tight. That'll avoid the twisting. And the last thing that we're going to add are the banners. And they both go on here together. For this particular card layout, remember it's going to come from this edge and go out. So let's go ahead and make our little banner punches on the outside edge here. We'll lay out the cards differently each time, so that's why I waited till now to do the punching. And normally I would just use the punch this direction and slide the piece all the way in, but I didn't want to cut so much of the white off, so I'm going to use it upside down. You'll want to take extra care not to pinch your hands. Same with the designer paper. You can lose less of it if you just hold it here and clip it. I just used dimensionals to adhere this, kind of lay it out and go, okay, this is cute, I like how that looks. And then flip it over to the back, and you can use a couple of dimensionals right on that seam, and that'll hold those together with the way you want them. And then I'm going to add one more dimensional, but only at the bottom, because the top of this little banner is actually overlapping your balloon piece, which already has dimensionals, so you don't want to give it double height. And there you go. This is one way to lay out your cards. You actually have 4 options for how to lay out the card, and I did 3 of each kind. So this is one of the ones that has the long piece going this way, the balloon stamped this way. This one is the same as well. It's got the balloons going this way, but I just flipped and did the twine on the outer edge and the banners coming inward. So really similar, but just a little bit of a different look there for your 2 cards that are cut the hamburger style. And then these 2 are both the hot dog style, so you can see the image goes long and skinny. And I just flipped the twine and the banners again the opposite directions. On this one, your twine will wrap on the inside, so it goes this way instead of the long way. And that's how you get kind of 4 different fun looks for your cards. And here is my completed set of the 12 cards. Now remember, part of the fun of this class is the mixing and matching the different designer papers and the different options on the layouts. So don't stress about making your set exactly like mine. Just have fun making the types of cards that you can use and that you are going to love. In fact, I love these cards so much that I needed an adorable place to keep them. And that's where this tin comes in. This is the card tin that you can get from our Sale-A-Bration brochure. You can get this with a qualifying purchase and add a little matching decor to make this set of cards truly amazing. I used the same inks, the same twine, just a few 1-inch strips, and you'll have something that will make an adorable gift or something special just for you. Have a great time making this set of cards. And to get all the supplies we saw, get in touch with your demonstrator today or go to stampinup.com. Happy stamping!